Hi everybody, Katy Mackenzie here in the TMG studio. We're here today with D'Arcy Larmour, who's a certified financial planner. D'Arcy, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me, Katy.
Pleasure. Wanted to bring you in today to talk about something that I get asked all the time, which is, you talk about D'Arcy, you talk about working with a certified financial planner, but why should I do that if I feel like I can do that on my own?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Katy. And there's ample reason why people are looking to look at self-directed options for managing their investments these days. There's some great discount brokerages. RBC has one as well. So I guess I just want to help differentiate the benefits of working with a professional accredited advisor like myself. Investment strategy is really just the tip of the proverbial iceberg in terms of the type of advice and the content that we provide to our clients. Tax minimization strategies, risk management strategies, will and estate planning, these are all key pillars as to why a client would want to work with an accredited financial planner.
So people will say, well, I can get all of this information online. I'll Google search it, or my friends have great investment recommendations. I'll just follow their recommendations. What's your concern, or what do you see as a concern when a client says that to you?
Yeah, perhaps I'll share a bit of an example. So I've got a client recently who sold a property. They had a couple $1 million in their account, husband and wife, very different income levels, and they have intentions to purchase a property again. But in the next 1 to 2 years, they're going to have those funds invested in very conservative options, and that's going to generate some additional income for them. So what I had discussed during our planning meeting is the potential of perhaps enacting what is called a spousal loan strategy, wherein the lower income spouse has the opportunity to claim all of the income that portfolio is generating in exchange for paying the higher income spouse a prescribed rate by the CRA of 2%, which is designated as a spousal loan. So this little mechanism is saving that particular family probably about $5,000 a year in taxes otherwise payable, which certainly mitigates the fees that they're paying for professional financial planning.
That's what I was just going to say. So it's what you don't know, the
Exactly.
strategies that you don't know that you can apply, because they change year from year as well.
Absolutely.
Based on CRA rules.
Yeah.
And cost. So you bring up cost, because this can be a barrier to somebody thinking about working with a certified financial planner.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pay fees, or everyone's fee sensitive, we'll say it that way.
Of course. And that's a really great point. We live in an era, thankfully, with regulatory reform and fee transparency is mandated now of financial institutions. And so, and rightfully so, for clients and individuals alike. As a consumer, I want to know exactly what I'm paying and what the value is that I'm receiving in exchange for that form of payment. So when you choose a financial planner to work with, that conversation should be proactive on their part. And ultimately, in my particular practice, I've got access to solutions that are particularly low cost. So an index fund, for an example, it's a passively managed investment vehicle. And so in exchange for active management, the client has a lower cost involved with that particular type of investment vehicle. They still have access to full-fledged financial planning, and my compensation doesn't differ based on the solution that I'm providing. So there's ways that we can certainly reduce and compress costs, but my job is to educate the client so that they know what exactly they're giving up in exchange for reduced fees, but they still get access to financial planning.
So the way I describe it to clients who have little to no financial planning experience themselves is I say you may have access to some of the investments, but not all, and no access to advice. That true financial planning piece, which so many seem to be missing.
Absolutely, and that's critical. And part of the reason why I chose to pursue financial planning designation and a degree in finance was because I was kind of born into a wonderful family, but one that didn't really talk about finances. And so I really wanted to have a comprehensive understanding as to how to elevate myself into financial sort of independence. And these strategies that I learned throughout my 4 years of education have allowed me to really propel myself into financial independence. And so those are completely different than investment strategies. Those strategies that sort of implore more of a financial planning tactic, a wealth preservation and accumulation tactic, using different tax minimization strategies, that isn't investment. That's not investment strategy. That's the other ancillary benefits, which I would argue are just as, if not more important, than the investment strategy
Absolutely, because as you know, I have an investment background in my bank life, but I don't do my own investing either, because I know that I don't have the proper expertise, time, energy, or access to do that proper financial planning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and for those that do, like, there's certainly, we don't want to try and profile everyone as having the same level of expertise or sophistication or knowledge. So there's different platforms for good reason to be able to offer different people different accesses and different levels of service for those needs, right?
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll have more questions, but if you are looking to connect with a financial planner, I do highly recommend D'Arcy.
Thank you.
D'Arcy, how does anyone listening today reach out to you?
Well, the best way to reach me would probably be via email, and that is darcy.larmour@rbc.com, which I think you can probably...
We'll put in the show notes below.
Yeah, and there'll be a prompt in that email response that they receive back to connect with my associate. So she manages my calendar for me, and she'll be happy to reach out to you if you're interested and book an appointment for a financial review.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.